Now we are going to understand what the Grafana dashboard looks like. Basically, when you're on the Grafana dashboard, you can use this dashboard to do a lot of things as far as visualization is concerned. And the key components of the Grafana dashboard is basically around here. So if you right click or you hover your mouse over this section of the dashboard, you'll be able to see some key components as far as the dashboard is concerned. So if you see here, if you hover, you don't click, you hover here. This one is you can create a dashboard, you can create a folder, you can import a dashboard, as well as if you hover over here, you can go to all dashboards, home, manage, playlists, snapshots. If you hover over here, you can explore. You can hover over here, you can set up alerting, assuming you want to set up Grafana with alerts. And if you hover over here, now this is where you can do the actual configuration. As far as Grafana is concerned, with the configurations, you can do data sources, you can do users, you can actually configure data sources, you can configure users, you can configure teams, you can configure plugins, preferences, API keys, and all whatnot. Now, if we talk about dashboards here, what are those dashboards? You can open a new tab. Let's open a new tab and you say, you just type Grafana dashboards. If you type Grafana dashboards and you open the official documentation here, you see Grafana dashboards, Grafana labs. If you click on this, you should be able to see different dashboards. What are dashboards? Dashboards are just visual representation of some key performance metrics with respect to services. So you see Grafana dashboards from heat maps to histograms to graphs to geomaps, fast and furious visualizations, any way you want. So these are some basic visualizations and some custom dashboards have already been created. You can monitor your Kubernetes cluster. This is a dashboard by Grafana Labs that can help you to monitor Kubernetes cluster. They say why use Kubernetes monitoring Grafana Cloud. This dashboard will basically give you visualization of your Kubernetes cluster resources. If you come back, we can monitor, visualize your MongoDB data. You can visualize your Jira data. You visualize your Influx DB dashboards. You can have node exporter. This node exporter, of course, is for application-based metrics like CPU utilization. So if you click on this node exporter, you should be able to get some application-based resources. You can see quick CPU, disk, CPU, memory, and all of that. So this helps you to be able to monitor resources with respect to their CPU utilization and all of that based on the node. So if you have to use this dashboard, for example, node exporter dashboard, all you need to do is to click on copy the dashboard ID, or you can download a particular JSON. These are the various revisions. So some of the revisions are stable, some are not stable. So this is what you can actually use to get a particular dashboard. Let's come back to dashboards here. You can also search dashboards. These are different dashboards like I explained earlier. This is a dashboard for Node Exporter, a dashboard for Argo CD, a dashboard for Rabbit MQ, a dashboard for KubeState, Erlang, any dashboard. Even if you have to set up Jenkins, we can search for Jenkins here to see how we can monitor our Jenkins pipelines. So there's even a dashboard for Jenkins. There's a dashboard for Jenkins performance and health monitoring. So these are different dashboards that have been customized by different people to enable you have visualization over your resources. So if you come back to our Grafana server that we set up, you can come here, you can see dashboards here, or you can create a dashboard. Now, what are data sources as well? If you come back to our Grafana documentation, we can also look at what data sources are. So we can search for Grafana data sources. Basically, data sources are where Grafana is getting the metrics from. If you click on the official Grafana documentation and you select data sources, Grafana data sources, you see where Grafana can pull metrics from. We've just been able to see some various dashboards, like here we have Kubernetes deployment, MongoDB, Jira, InfluxDB. These are some examples of where we can actually get data from. So if you come to this Grafana official documentation, these are some basic sources where you can get your data from. You can use Amazon CloudWatch, you can use Azure Monitor, Elasticsearch, Google Monitoring, Graphite, InfluxDB, Microsoft SQL Server, PostgreSQL, Prometheus, Pyroscope, Tempo. So these are all some sample sources, data sources that you can use to get metrics as far as your resources are concerned. So while we are back here, we are going to begin by creating a data source. We'll create a data source for Prometheus. So if you cover all these settings here, you'll see data sources. We are going to click on this data sources. Now when you click on data sources, you see you can add a data source. It says there are no data sources defined yet. You can also define data sources through configuration files, but we are going to do it manually. So we are going to add a data source, and I'll click on add a data source. When you add a data source, you see the different types of data sources that Grafana can be integrated with. You have Prometheus, Graphite, Open Time Series Database, InfluxDB, Loki, Elasticsearch. So these are all SQL databases and even some plugins. These are the various data sources that we can use to enable Grafana for visualization. So we are going to select Prometheus because we are integrating Prometheus and Grafana. So I'll select Prometheus. Once I select Prometheus, you will see they will say data source added. A pop-up will show saying data source added. Now, for you to set up Prometheus, what you need to do is to get the URL of your Prometheus server. These are Prometheus server here running with 2 targets up and 2 targets down based on our existing account. So if I come here, this is the public IP of my Prometheus server. So I'll copy the public IP and port 9090. If I come back to Prometheus and Grafana settings here, it requires us to put the HTTP, the local host, and port 9090. So I'll just paste it here, and I've set up the URL. So the URL now has your HTTP, the public IP of your Prometheus server, and port 9090, which is the port to access Prometheus. Now, as you have this, you scroll down, you can save and test. If there's connectivity between your data source, there's going to tell you that the data source is working. Means that Prometheus has been able to establish connectivity with Grafana, and now you can see that your data source is working. Once you have your data source working, that's the very first step. You can click on save and test. Basically, the data source has been added. So if you come back to this gear, you click on data sources, you'll see we now have one data source called Prometheus, and it's a default data source. So we've been able to add a data source. Now, if you are to configure dashboards, you can come again here. We have different dashboards. I've explained different dashboards, Grafana dashboards for different services. If you are to create a custom dashboard, you just hover over here, you see the plus. You can either click on dashboard to create a new panel, or you can import dashboard to import Grafana dashboard. If I select a particular dashboard, let me select this Jenkins performance and health. If I'm to select this particular dashboard, if I want to load this dashboard, you see it takes into account the jobs per minute, the successful jobs, the aborted jobs. If I'm to load this particular dashboard into my Grafana under data sources, I'll copy the ID here and then I'll paste the ID here. So it's either I paste the ID or upload a JSON file. That's why you see even on the documentation they say you can download the JSON file. So in loading a dashboard or importing a particular dashboard, you can import based on the ID or you can upload a JSON file. But we are just going to create a simple dashboard to understand what dashboards are in our next module, and based on this dashboard we'll be able to import our own node exporter dashboard. So we click on create. Now we'll add a new panel. When you add a new panel, you can give the panel title. We can say test panel. When you give the name test panel, basically you see you can choose your data source here. That means this dashboard which you want to create, where is the data coming from? So you can choose your data source here. We already have Prometheus, which is our data source, which is like a default data source. So we'll select Prometheus, which is our default data source. Now you can add some metrics. You can say you want to monitor the node, maybe any random metrics. And then you can also add another query here. For the metrics, you can pick any other metric. Let's take process, pick any process. And then we add another metric just for us to have the possibility to visualize. Is loading metrics. We can click on metrics here, click on metrics, then we can choose another one, go, and then we select this. So with this, we've been able to create 3 queries. We can query the first metric based on node ARP. We can query this second metric based on process resident memory, and the third metric we can query it based on go GC duration in seconds. Now, as you have this to visualize, we've collected these metrics. To visualize, you can click on this drop down here. There are different ways in which you can visualize the metric. So you can say here, you can visualize the metrics as a graph, you can visualize the metrics as a statistics or stat, you can visualize the metric as a bar gauge, as a table or text. So we can use this to visualize the metric. So this gives you the possibility to be able to even create some visual dashboards. Now, once you create your dashboards and you're comfortable with your dashboards, you can just click on save, and then instead of saying dashboard copy, we can now say test dashboard. You can actually specify a folder too, but we have just the default folder, which is the general folder. So we click on save. So this should have created a dashboard with the same name already exists in the folder, so we have to rename it. Let's call this test Devops with Mike dashboard, and then we click on save. So the dashboard has been saved. This dashboard we have takes into account those different queries which we are putting. Now, if you come here to search, you can see different dashboards. We have our test dashboard and our test Devops with Mike dashboard, which is the second dashboard. So that's basically how you can create your own dashboard to meet some specific requirements. In our next module, we are going to be importing the node exporter dashboard and then use that to visualize the resources within our AWS environment by virtue of Prometheus being our data source.